Oh, I got a good suggestion for whiskey at Two Fools. So,
Yeah.
have you heard of Glenfiddich?
Yes.
Yeah, so apparently that shit's pretty good over at Two Fools.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ready to do this?
Oh, I'm ready, baby. Throw me in the water. Podcast. This is a podcast. Steve and Mark's unnamed podcast is live right now, but not live. Yeah.
All right, and we're back after a while. Mark was gone looking for that airplane.
Yeah, you know.
How'd it go?
Well, we lost a lot of good men out there.
Looking for the plane?
Looking for the plane.
That's a story.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. Freaking the Indian Ocean is harsh. You know, like pirates everywhere. We just lost a lot of good men. It's kind of hard to talk
pirates
about,
out there
Steve.
in the middle of nowhere?
Well, you know, those Filipinos.
What are they looking for?
They're looking to steal that booty from those Australians, to tell you the truth. You know, those Filipinos, I've heard that they're the Mexicans of Asia. So, you know.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
So that's a derogatory term in terms of...
I figured it just meant they had great food and they were all friendly people.
You know.
Or does it mean that they can't stay in their own goddamn country?
They can't stay in their own fucking country and they're taking all their gerbs.
So they're taking all the Asian gerbs.
They're taking all the Asian planes, too. You know, just can't find it. I think, you know, we consulted Samuel L. Jackson about where this plane could be. But,
because he has experience with snakes on planes?
Yeah. So that automatically makes him an expert. But, you know, he just couldn't help us. He asked us to consult McDonald's. Ask them if they had lost a shipment. You know, maybe they...
I'm so confused.
Maybe McDonald's had anything to do with it. You know, they're trying to create a global monopoly. And, you know, I think McDonald's is kind of hitting into the piracy business.
Does Sam Jackson have something to do with McDonald's?
My brain's all over the fucking place, Steve.
Okay,
I was going with the Pulp Fiction... you know, what do they call the quarter pounder cheese?
Wow, man, I
know,
I did not get that
dude,
at all.
I'm on like free association mode right now.
Yeah, that was very free.
Yeah. Anyway, can't find the plane. It's gone.
Can't find it.
No snakes on that plane, so Samuel L. Jackson can't help out.
He just doesn't care.
McDonald's Corporation is a suspect.
Do you think Samuel L. Jackson even is aware of the airplane missing?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, he we consulted him, you know. And he was angry. He was upset about it, just how you would expect him to be. He was yelling.
I feel like he'd be like angry that people have lost the plane and that they care. You know, it'd be like, well, if you wanted to know where the plane is, then why don't you keep an eye on your plane?
Exactly. And, you know, that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
But he just...
I don't care about your goddamn plane! You know.
Exactly. There aren't any snakes on that fucking plane. So we couldn't find it, man. So we got to find another consultant, or just write it off. You know.
I mean, I wrote the plane off immediately.
Yeah.
I you know, as soon as it
no harm, no foul. Really.
Well, as soon as it was like it's gone missing, blah, 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 and you know, everybody's all, oh, maybe it's terrorism or something. If it was terrorism, somebody would have taken responsibility.
Yeah.
So obviously, it's not that. And honestly, if it was, I don't really care that much.
Steve, where were you when you first heard about the plane gone missing? Were you, is it, you know, because it's pretty important.
You know, I think I was right here, sitting in this chair. I think it was before I was going to work. I was perusing a couple of news sites, and then I came across this porno that was based on it.
Wow, they start quick, dude.
Well, I think it had been missing for like a week.
Really?
Yeah, because whenever I see like missing plane as like a headline, like I just skip it. Like I could give a shit about missing planes, or you know, like
it's probably a Cessna or like.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing is like I just don't care about missing planes or missing, you know, even if it's like, or missing people or missing anything. Like it's like 10 children are missing, and it could be like kids from my neighborhood, or like they could be missing in my neighborhood. I wouldn't care.
No, that's cool.
It's just,
if anyone knocks on my door, if I find one in my backyard, I'll make sure to.
Yeah, I think people love a good mystery, and I don't. I just don't care about mysteries.
So, I was really stoned when I first heard about it. I was hanging out with a friend, and we were watching TV or something.
Yeah.
And they switch over from the TV show. They interrupt it. We
Really?
have breaking
For
news.
a fucking missing plane from a
missing
country
plane.
that doesn't, you know, no, like, not to say, like, oh, it happened somewhere else, so it doesn't matter. I'm just saying that, like, is it breaking news if nobody's connected to it, like, that's watching?
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of thought it was like a made-up story. I'm like, what? Is this part of the show? Whoa.
Like, is this a risky kind of advertisement here?
Yeah, exactly.
Is this going to make me, you know, switch car insurances?
I'm kind of hungry all of a sudden.
I mean, a missing
Weird.
plane. If my car went missing, like a plane. Wait.
Do the jingle. Do the jingle.
Does Geico insure airplanes now? I'm so confused.
That's exactly what I was experiencing.
I don't have an airplane. These fucking rich people are getting crazy here.
Yep. Yeah, so, you know, we couldn't find the plane. We'll try again next time.
Yeah. I kind of hope they never find it.
It'll just be one of, like...
I mean, I hope they find it so people stop talking about it. But I hope they don't find it because, like, fuck that plane.
But I think it'll turn into, you know, one of the largest mysteries of humanity, you know, like Stonehenge, Jamestown.
Yeah.
Malaysia, Flight 741.
Yeah, see, I don't even know the numbers. Otherwise, I might have said it. I just don't. Are those the actual numbers?
Yes, of course. That's why I said them, Steve.
I mean, if they'd
I'm not going to be dropping any
if they'd have
incorrect
called
knowledge
it like
on our listeners.
Malaysia 666,
You did.
you know, like I'd be more interested in that. But
That'd be an awesome headline.
Right?
It just happens the airplane was 666. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I don't know.
Derpy derp.
Yeah.
That's enough for the headlines, because there's plenty of headlines, man. We can,
Yeah, no, I just
you know, the haps.
I just figured that maybe our one or two listeners might wonder, like, hey, what's up? Is the podcast over? And no, it's not.
It's not over.
We're
We're back with a vengeance,
Mark
baby.
was out of the country and completely out of contact, just like the people in the missing plane.
You know, if I really could, I would have done a remote podcast. But our signal was interfering. Our signal was interfering with the plane already.
Right.
So I would be interfering with the interference.
Right.
So, but who knows? Maybe those two would have canceled, and then we would have been able to find the plane. Can only hope.
I mean, you never know what stone needs to be unturned.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yes.
It's always the last place you look, right?
Well, that's where I left the plane. It was in the hangar the whole time.
Right?
Jeez.
There's just all the passengers that are just dehydrated and dead.
They started eating each other.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, if I was trapped on an airplane with people for like a couple of days or something like that, before I lost, you know, I wouldn't wait until I was too weak and had no options left, because I would go around, I'd find the most capable other people, and I'd be like, hey guys, group huddle real quick.
Yeah.
Just up here by the captains. Oh yeah, you know, and then I would surprise attack all of them to take out any resistance, and then that way I could just feast on the remaining people, their strength giving me strength while they all start to fade away.
Who would you eat first? Would it be the fat people or the leaner people? Because you could eat the leaner people, you know, getting all the good nutrients and vitamins from their body, while the fat people kind of wither away.
Right. I would eat the lean people first because fat people are gross,
Yeah.
and then also because they have a longer shelf life. You know, I mean, the difficulty will probably be getting the fat people to drink the blood and urine of the people I've killed to keep them hydrated, to keep them alive long enough. You know what I mean? I think that would be the real difficult part. Because, of course, I'm going to, like, take any water or anything like that for myself. But,
and then you're able to fight the lean people when you're full of health and...
Yeah, well, that's why it'd be kind of like a, you know, looking around the cabin, figuring out who's going to be a problem, taking them out before everybody realizes that, oh my God, this guy's going to fucking eat all of us.
It's a good plan, Steve. Good
plan. I mean, I think I could pull it off. Good survival mode. I think I'm physically fit enough, but also like small enough in stature that people might, if I was like wearing a hoodie or something like that, people might not notice me.
Like a hobbit.
I mean, I would just be looking out for the other guy like me.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be like scanning, and I'd get all these people that are like 6 foot tall plus, you know, to the front to attack them. But I'd be scanning the rest of the crowd for a shifty-eyed motherfucker that would, you know, that I might have to like impale with, like, I don't know, like what's the best weapon on an airplane these days?
I would probably break out like an armrest. You know, I think
breaking them off would be difficult because they're never broken on a plane, and anything that could break would have. You know, I think you could kick the shit out of one of those armrests before it would come off. I think those are well built. I mean, my thing, or you go first because I have a weapon in mind.
All right, I was thinking there's a lot of fiberglass, like the doors, the bathroom and stuff.
Oh, okay.
You could kind of break those down and whittle it down a little bit.
Yeah, you could like kick the shit out of a door and like a bit of and you're gonna use it as like a weird shank.
Yeah.
Okay, dig this, right?
All right.
Seatbelt extender for the fucking on
would
the
you
in-flight. No. Like they're like, and this is how you buckle your belt, and they have that little short one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I grab that thing, buckle it around someone's neck, yank the thing, and just choke them. So I'm yanking it with one hand and just throwing haymakers with the other, and just subdue / choke them out. They're gonna be holding their breath while they punch anyway.
Yeah.
So they're already gonna be a little gassed, and then you throw that in so they can't take a breath when they got a second, and just.
You like the slow death, so you like to feel the life leaving their body.
Yes. Yeah.
You do.
Yeah. I had to think about it, but yeah.
That's your style, Steve.
I mean, I feel like the only way that I could feel comfortable with murdering all the people was giving them a fair chance.
Yeah.
And not fair in the sense that I tell them what I'm going to do before I do it. It would just be like fair. It's like, fair is fair. I'm attacking you. You can fight back,
But I have an advantage.
Well, yeah, but that's part of fighting back is, being aware, because what if there's somebody there who's more aware of their surroundings, they'd know it's coming and they'd be like, you know what, I'm not going up there.
That's true. Yeah.
And then, then they'd be real trouble. And then who knows what
But those
happen.
are the people you'd be looking out for,
Yeah, I'm looking out for them, but they, there's no telling in a group of it's a 777. That's a big plane. There's a lot of people on it. I think that's multiple layers too. So I'd have to take out the layer that I'm in, which would probably be, coach or whatever classes it is. And, so then I'd probably have to go and then fight my way up the little spirally staircase up to, all the other classes and stuff. I'd try to compartmentalize it so I don't have to fight the entire plane at once.
Sure. Dude, that's the complexities of airplane battle.
Yeah.
It's rough.
If you come out on top, you could survive for a couple of months,
yeah.
I think.
Well, that's very cunning of you, Steve. Reminds me of Vladimir Putin.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, not only to mention that you're quite sexy and very blonde and white, but I'd like to think that Vladimir Putin is cunning, but kind of like a dick about it.
Oh,
like,
sure.
I'm just kind of fucking your shit up right now. And I think he's a little bit more, he's at a higher caliber than Hitler, because Hitler was like really quick and dirty about it. Maybe not really quick about it, but he was really dirty about it. Putin's pretty dirty about it too. But he's not I at least get the impression he's not as hateful as Hitler. Probably because Putin enjoys the finer things in life and doesn't mind taking some time off. But,
I think Putin is the everyman, but drunk with power. I don't think he's like all that,
cunning?
Exceptional. Yeah. Huh. I think he's the everyman, but somehow he managed to get his way in there and he's just gone drunk with power. He's just power mad.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I don't think he's particularly evil. I don't think he's particularly smart, but all that power's gone to his head, and because he's not very smart, it really gets to his head, and he's just like, what's the fucking problem? Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm taking over some land right now.
Check out my abs. People my age don't have abs, but check this out,
Putin,
and people
you
are
don't have any abs, but okay.
Well, whatever.
Piece of shit.
I've heard he's got, sensual photos or something.
He's got sensual photos, but he's got, muscle,
Right.
So it's you could kind of see definition there, but it's fat definition. You know what I'm saying?
So
he's got
who's
pecs,
fitter, him or me? Because I would say that I'm kind of fit, fat.
But those old guys that have a belly, but they've been drinking for so long and doing exercise on and off. It's just hard fat.
Right. So he does push-ups and sit-ups every day, but he still eats shitty.
Exactly.
And,
drinks tons and tons of
vodka.
vodka.
So he's just kind of like a pile, but he's arms are kind of defined.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, he at least has that going for him.
Sure.
And, I think he like you said, drunk with power, and likes to do those pissing contests. That's
Oh, for sure.
Most.
I mean, he wants to be the best. And that's part of the thing. He's not that smart. He's the everyman. He's not really exceptional in any way, so he tries to show how exceptional he is via his power and whatnot.
Yeah. So, cry me a river.
Crimea, a river, am I right?
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we've talked about these figures, touched a little bit about Hitler, and you started elaborating about being cunning, having this strategy to taking out your opponents.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to have a plan.
Yeah. So having a plan, having the skills to take down opponents, I feel like those are things that you acquire. You're not automatically born with this tactile mindset unless.
I mean, I think I was born evil.
Oh, okay.
I think I was born with the ability to like choke somebody unconscious and not really feel.
Were you like a demon child?
No, I was good.
So you grew into these.
I mean, I just don't know that I have like. I have to get to know somebody. Otherwise, they're just another person.
But you're born evil. So what?
Well, I wouldn't say I was born evil. I guess that's an overstretch. I would say I was born indifferent. Like other people suffering, other people, they don't really totally factor in until like I really stop and think about them and get to know them, because there's so many people and so much, it's more of like a rational thing where it's just like, there's so many people, everything's just fucked up. I don't have time to care about everybody who's got a fucking problem, because everybody's got a fucking problem. You know what I mean? And it's like, whenever I hear about, plane loads of people missing, like I just don't care, because it's a drop in the bucket or a drop in the ocean or whatever, a bucket of ocean. Right?
Container of ocean.
It's a drop literally into the ocean.
Scale-wise.
Yeah. It's just like 500 people is, it's whatever.
See, like, I agree with you. When I see the infomercials asking for my dollar so that some woman can take care of some African kids, I'm like,
Right.
But when they show, like, the animals and, like, the dogs suffering, I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah, I just don't care, though, because, like, I think I'm a little immune to that.
The animals...
But, like,
they touch me right here.
Yeah,
right
well,
here.
in the dick. That's weird. Anyway,
peanut butter.
To the, I mean, like for example, today I'm driving home from work, and on the corner there's these people collecting donations for like an 11-year-old's funeral, and I'm like, for one, I think they're full of shit because they look ghetto as all fuck, but I guess ghetto people die too, probably more often.
Yeah.
Especially when they're like 11. It was probably a totally preventable disease or something. Or domestic abuse. I don't know.
Domestic.
Anyway, so the kid's dead. I don't really care. I just, because everybody, like I said, everybody's
trying
got a problem.
to pay for his funeral.
Yeah, I mean, like if I knew
him in Mexico.
Yeah, like if I knew that kid, I'd be really broken up about it. Mm-hmm. But I don't, so I don't care.
See, and I was at the grocery store the other day, and this big old fat chick comes like, would you like to buy some cookies? We're trying to pay for the hotel we're staying at. I'm like, you went and bought a shit ton of cookies instead of paying for the hotel?
Right.
Bet you're fat.
They had the cookies anyway.
Right. No, ma'am.
They buy them in bulk, okay?
Oh, fair enough. And
They're
she
gonna
ate
pass the
3/4
savings
of them.
Yeah. You get an empty box.
Yeah. All these panhandlers recently, man. It's been like an explosion of it. I think all this protesting and all this hippie bullshit is just kind of attracting all these people.
I don't know. I think it's just when times are tough, like unscrupulous people will just kind of like try to make a buck. They'll be like, yeah, hey, Girl Scouts sell cookies. I can sell cookies. You know? So I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things where I'm just like, fuck off. If I wanted cookies, I'd go buy cookies. Leave me alone. I don't know. But, like I said, I just don't really feel...
Empathy.
Like I
feel,
the word,
Steve. Empathy.
No, I mean, and the thing is like I feel a lot of empathy for things like if it was like a situation where it's like I care about the reason that poor people don't have access to education, or like I care about the issue that caused the problem. I don't really care about the individual people, because it's like I care about people, but I don't care about individuals.
Because you help one individual for a day, even for a couple hours, and where does that get him? Nowhere. He's back exactly where he was. You give a man a fish, you
sure. I mean, there's that, but it's just like I just don't feel that I have enough love in my heart to care about all the people who need it. I don't have enough love in my heart for me, let alone other people.
See, I love the shit out of myself.
I mean, I'm pretty cool.
I'm pretty badass. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
You know,
we have a podcast.
Like, I have cool attributes.
Yeah, what?
Now you're putting me on the spot. Now everybody's gonna see through my facade.
Well, I think. Well, earlier you were talking about your abilities to choke people out and fucking...
And not care.
Yeah. So not caring is a good attribute, you know.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can fight and punch people.
Anybody who actually knows how to fight, you know, like that's got training and stuff. You can
wield the weapons out of seatbelts.
I mean, I think the thing is I'm always
you're a visionary. You're looking at the everyday object and asking... What if, instead of just...
I think I'm resourceful.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I'm always thinking of a plan, you know, like, hey, if something went down right now, what would I do?
Yeah.
You know, and what I pride myself in or try to think of is like, what's the most reasonable way that I could murder everybody in here and, you know, come out unscathed, because that's the goal.
Would you say that murder's your hobby?
No.
Or murder planning?
I mean, it just, you know, if shit got thick, you know, who am I going after first?
Yeah.
You know, you got to plan these things out, because if you wait for the moment to happen,
it's too late.
It's already happening.
It's too late.
You got to have a plan so that you can execute it at a moment's notice. Yeah. Otherwise, fuck it, you're dead.
Well, you know.
And then I'm just one more dead person that nobody cares about.
I think that's a good hobby, Steve, to have apocalyptic preparation.
See, I don't. I think the doomsday prepper people are foolish.
Well, in terms of, you know, whittling your very high quality knives, you know, maybe making some arrows and a bow and arrow set for yourself. You know, having some kind of backup plan.
Here's the thing with backup plans is you're going to lose.
Well, if you're doing that preparation, you're just going to be that much more ready if something happens.
Yeah, but so is everybody else who's like...
so gives you a good skill. You'll have woodworking skills. You'll have fabrication skills. You'll have...
Yeah.
Which are just handy to
have.
No,
I mean, well, the thing is people plan to, they plan on preparing by prepping with stuff. And in the doomsday thing, you don't want stuff. You need to be able to move, and you need to be resourceful, and you need to be able to think on your feet, and you need to be able to kind of do a little bit of everything, because all that's going to be left is the shit that nobody could consume immediately. And the thing what's going to be around is people killing other people, and it's going to be people who are all doomsday prepped up, and they've got their bow and arrows, and there's going to be so many people just running around with bow and arrows and shotguns just killing each other immediately over nothing. All you got to do is hang back, try to stay out of it, be elusive, be stealthy, be unnoticed, be the wind.
And what I'm saying...
And that's how you'll survive.
See, and that sounds perfect, but what I'm saying is...
You don't need shit to be the wind. You need nothing.
But you need to prepare. And how do you learn to be the wind? Do you just one day, all right, I'm going to be the wind? Yeah. Or do you go out and try your nights of mischief? You know, you go out and...
No, because everything that you would train for now is not going to be what it is.
Fair enough.
Everything is going to fall apart. There's going to be it's going to be completely anarchy. Everything is going to be fucked.
What about skills in terms of, making a fire?
Oh, yeah. I mean, but that's what I'm talking about, is that should be the preparation.
Being able
it's just,
to read the
just
stars.
Learning... I think navigation would be less difficult than people would think, because, we've got roads. Nobody's going to, steal the roads. And even if they somehow did steal the road, there's still a spot in the ground where the road used to be. Where you're going. You can get to places.
Roads
being
are
able
to be the very, really harsh places.
Sure, but you can be within eyesight of a road.
Yeah.
Binoculars, especially I'm just saying.
How about a skill where you
where
make
are you
your
going
own
to go
binoculars?
anyway? Where are you going to?
Where there's more resources.
You can't make your own binoculars.
Can you?
No, you can't.
No.
Not without
high performance
specific
machinery.
Yeah, I mean you need optical grade glass for one, which, unless you find some.
See, but I'm thinking
you're
looking at modern military grade telescopes.
Because what's good about a shitty ass...
What about a telescope? They've been using those for centuries.
Yeah, but even those were like pretty carefully crafted.
Most definitely.
You're gonna need a lot of different grits of sandpaper and abrasives all the way down to a fine polish.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to need a shitload of time to make it without tools or powered machinery. So, and then, really, what's the advantage of that?
To be able to make something that with your own hands.
Well, yeah, but, in the apocalypse, sure, you can maybe see some people far away, but most likely, if you're sneaking around doing what you should be doing, you're not out there looking for people. You're hiding.
Well, you're going to be looking to avoid.
You're looking to avoid, but what you do is you do it like a native tracker, You listen and you smell and you see with your eye. And
but
notice.
Even then, that training takes time. You have to invest yourself in.
I think it takes focus more than time.
Yeah. Well,
I think you have to be aware of your surroundings.
I guess what I'm trying to get at is trying to find manly hobbies and activities that have a purpose,
right?
Yet are enjoyable to do, and you make a quality product at the end of the day.
I get you.
Making.
So you want to make your own telescope?
That'd be a freaking.
I'm not sure if that's a horribly manly thing. You're like, hey, ladies. You check out this telescope.
I saw you from 3 miles away from my fancy telescope.
It's like, that's a creepy thing. Oh my god.
That gushing was panties getting wet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's gross. That's too much. That's too much lubrication. I think if you were, that's a telescope in my pocket, but also an erection right next to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Being able to make a fire easily
sure.
without a lighter, without matches.
Yeah,
without even a piece of flint. Wait, no, that's for arrows. No, and for
flint is
sparks.
Sparks
and I think those are all great manly activities.
Sure. I really think that if the world breaks down enough that I have to resort to being the wind and all that, I'll probably die. I'll probably end up dying for some bullshit reason, trying to help somebody who I should just leave to die, Because even though I don't really care about people, if I see somebody suffering at the hands of someone else, I can't just not do anything. So, and plus I have a kid. He's gonna be so shitty at surviving in is just gonna slow me down. I'm gonna be dead.
I think you need a stronger instinct in you.
No, I'm just being real.
I think we need to model a simulation here where you're not aware of it, and I just come in one day with a bunch of hoodlums or maybe some decent people. We come in and just surprise attack you.
Yeah, but what if that happens and I react and I end up immediately him. Worst case scenario, I seriously injure somebody.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, you make me look like an asshole and you have it on camera and it's really funny. It could be cool, but what if I kick a dude's knee backwards and he can't walk right for
We're
months?
Willing to take that risk, Steve, in order for you to learn basic instincts.
Because that's the thing. Somebody comes in immediately. I'm just kicking. I'm gonna break joints. I'm gonna do whatever I can to I'm just gonna fucking engage.
It's worth it, Steve, for you to be able to survive the zombie apocalypse.
As long as you and your crew of hoodlums know that
there's a risk.
Because you
Guys,
catch me.
There's a 90% chance we're all gonna get fucked up badly, but Steve needs to learn.
Not even that. It'd probably be bam, I hit the first person, and then oh shit, Mark's here. What the fuck, And then you're surprise.
No,
oh
dude, we'd come like the wind.
You catch me while I'm sleeping, and or that. Well, my guard is never higher than when I'm masturbating. You got to be focused on the world around you when that happens.
Most definitely. So what other manly hobbies do you have besides?
I don't know if I have any real manly hobbies. I think I'm handy. I think that's manly,
But you have a pretty good set of power tools, right? And
sure.
Quality equipment.
But that's just I would say part of my handiness. I need, there's the right tool for a job, and when I want to do a job, I don't want to be, working with some piece of shit,
Right.
you know, off-brand shitty screwdriver.
Fuck
you know,
yeah.
fuck that shit.
Yeah, you can't.
You know,
You can barely turn the screw. It's
yeah,
terrible.
12-volt drill. That's not gonna do anything.
Walmart brand.
Fuck that
Fuck
shit.
that.
I need quality.
Exactly.
Got my Milwaukee 18-volt.
Very nice.
It's nice. It's
Very
really nice.
Yeah, that's something I want to take up more. It's been a while since I've done any good work.
Drilling
woodworking.
things?
Well, I'm pretty good at drilling.
For
Like your
oil?
mom. Yeah.
Ooh, drilling for oil, that would be a manly ass fucking hobby.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Like, can we do that? Can we just go out and, I mean...
Dude, they make bank.
Yeah, I just feel like we wouldn't be allowed to, you know. They probably own all the rights to do that, and we don't.
Oh, you mean you just take like a rowboat and like just show up at an oil rig?
Well, I mean, just
in the
like,
middle of fucking
yeah,
Gulf
I mean,
of Mexico.
like, yeah,
hey
like,
guys, I'm here to work for a while.
I mean, nobody owns the ocean, so who can say? But I feel like shortly after trying to drill for oil anywhere in the world, some oil company stooges would throw us out, and then we'd probably be slapped with like some crazy lawsuit for trespassing on like international water somehow.
We get some scuba gear and some drills and.
I mean, I think generally we'd need like a. I think we should stick to land based at first because you know we could get like a truck that can drill. I'm thinking we want to get like like something for drilling like wells for water, so we can be like covert and be like, oh yeah, we're just drilling for water.
What happened to the days where we could just shoot guns into the Texas ground?
Oh, I think those
oil
days
just shoot up.
I think those days stopped somewhere around 1910.
If that, yeah.
Yeah. So I think at first, you know, there were a couple spots where you could just be like, holy shit, and just pick it up with the bucket.
Yeah.
But I think that ended pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think there was a movie like There Will Be Blood or something like that.
Yeah.
They're in a...
Well, at first I think
he's looking for gold.
Yeah, he's like mining for some other shit, and then he accidentally gets gold.
Yeah, I watched like the first 10 minutes of that movie.
That's a good movie. You should watch it.
I know that someone dies in the well.
A lot of people die.
Yeah, because there will be blood.
So much of it. I don't know. It's a good movie. You should see it.
Let's see, hobbies. I kind of want to make my own wet shaving kit. What is it? Wet shave? So you have like... You know,
I mean, I think a dry shave would be less
shave?
comfortable. It'd be more manly.
Oh.
Just with like a big blade, just kind of...
Well, you know, you make yourself the really nice blades.
Uh-huh.
You know, I don't know if you could make those brushes.
Oh, of course, it's just like horse hair.
Yeah, so you got to get into horses after that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really. I guess it's not that manly, but I don't really have much of a beard or facial hair to.
Well, you could
really
use
warrant.
it to trim your chest hair, Steve.
I don't have any chest hair. I have like 4 chest hairs. Why are you showing me your chest hair?
Something I'm very proud of.
Really? You into it? I like being mostly hairless. I mean, I
love it. I also have like this weird little patch of hair on my neck.
Yeah, that is a weird one. I'd get rid of it.
I'm very proud of it.
Really?
The ladies don't really make much reference to this.
I imagine not.
But
I'm sure that like some lady would be like, "Oh, that what? Why is there like hair? It's like a reverse. It's kind of like a reverse beard. Like it's trying to meet your beard."
Yeah.
What if you just had that whole stripe, like all the way up through your Adam's apple?
I don't
to your
look
chin?
good with the neck beard, and I have like a no man's land.
Sure.
From the Adam's apple to my neck beard.
Yeah, I mean, most people do. It's called your neck.
Oh.
Most people
this
don't.
Weird thing
most
right
people
here?
don't have facial hair that extends all the way into their lower.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, fortunately for them, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't know. I'm not like a. Maybe it's just because I don't have the option, but I'm just like fuck. I don't know. I think beards and stuff and all the hype over it. I think it's like the new like tribal tattoo kind of thing.
Except it's temporary.
Yeah, but I think people, you know, I think everybody that had a tribal tattoo is like wishing that they could just shave it off.
Yeah.
You know, they're just like shit.
Fuck.
That made me a badass for a while, but now I'm
Felt like a
fucking
badass for like a
douche.
week.
Right?
Fuck.
And then you know, but like that's just society evolving. You know, they realized, hey, that was permanent and a bad idea. Let's move on to something else. Oh, look, facial hair. I'll get a stupid fucking beard. Everybody will be kind of off put by it, but I'll be putting my personality, you know, I'll be putting myself out there.
I think you're just beard hating, Steve. I think you're jealous. And
I mean,
you're
I'm
trying to talk down to men that can grow facial hair.
I think you're right to a degree. I mean, I think
it's bitterness.
It is bitterness for sure. Like, I wish I could grow a beard. Like, I always had this plan that, like, in college, because all through high school, I was like, there's no way I'm going to have a beard or mustache or anything. I figured at some point in college, I would just have, like, the fucking stupid beard just because it'd be time to have one. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
And then, and then I'd shave it off and join the world. I'd wear it out on myself or whatever. But I think so many people are doing it now that it's just kind of like, come on, guys. Like, when the beards first started getting popular, I don't know, it's kind of like a hipstery thing.
Yeah, my roommates had
Except
a beard.
It's like transcending beyond the hipster thing to just kind of pop culture, which makes it totally lame.
My roommate's had a beard since he was like fucking sophomore, man.
And
he grows it out in like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Well,
crazy.
And there's a difference too between like all beards. If you have like a big fucking huge bushy beard that's just like, in the way kind of thing, you're no longer just stylizing your facial hair, because like for someone like that who grows like tons of facial hair, then like having a beard just means that you don't have to like shave twice a day.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. But when you do the big old and like, yeah, look at my beard. Am I in a motorcycle gang? I don't know. Maybe. Bitch.
It's another one of those tiny dick compensations, I got a tiny dick, but I can grow a foot-long beard.
But I think it's compensation for having like a original idea, or like a personality or a style of your own.
A lot of my friends that have beards because they don't like their chin.
Oh, dude. Anybody who has a shitty chin, they're so lucky to have a beard, you know? Like, I have a great chin.
I know.
But, so I don't have to worry about it.
You really do.
Thank God.
You really do.
Thank God.
Look at this
side
profile.
I know. Sometimes I just draw profiles of myself.
Yeah.
Like
you just put your head up against a wall and then outline it because you just look so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean.
I know. I do the same thing, too. Yeah. I've done it at least twice since I've been here.
If I could, never mind. Anyway, so yeah, I think the beard thing is just it's over.
Well, I'd like manly hobbies.
I just don't think a beard is manly anymore.
Well, I think making the shaving kit is nice, but I agree.
I think it's a lot of work for basically what Gillette makes a better version of. I mean, if a straight razor was better, people would do that. I mean, I don't know. I don't have enough facial hair to really know the difference.
Have you ever had a shave?
No, because there's nothing to shave. If I went to go and get it shaved, it'd be like, so I'm giving you $10 to do nothing. Well, congratulations.
Well, even a haircut. I've gone to barber shops where they kind of trim your hairline.
Yeah, I get my hair cut at a salon.
Wow, you don't have any manly hobbies, Steve.
No.
You're kind of like to talk shit about other men.
Fuck yeah.
And you go to a salon.
Yep.
You kind of sound like a woman.
I'm kind of a bitch. Sexy bitch.
Fuck yeah. What are you doing later, girl?
Hating.
Oh.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how manly I am necessarily. I think...
But you can kick people's ass. That's pretty manly.
Man, I don't know. I can kick someone's ass, but not... I'm not like an ass-kicking machine. Yeah, well, It's not like I can walk into like any room and be like,
road.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not like I walk into the bar and I'm like, oh yeah, I could fuck up everybody in this room. Like there's a good chance that if you're like taller than me and about the same weight, that you could probably, put the works on me. Like I gotta surprise you and like get a jujitsu move or some bullshit on you.
Nice. Maybe you need to take some more creatine and fucking steroids.
Yeah, I don't know about the supplements and all that stuff. It's such a... I just don't think it's really necessary. You know what would really make me fit? If I stopped eating cheese, stopped eating bread, and, did some cardio.
But you cook, right? You make make most of your meals?
Yeah. But, but a lot of times I just get sick of the same old thing. Yeah. And I want some fucking pasta.
Fuck yeah. Because, like, I've been trying to eat healthy.
I don't know. Is cooking a manly thing? Because I think it is. I mean, cooking's very manly. I think, like, when you're, like, cooking, that's not manly. But I think knowing how to, like, really...
Women put meals together. But men actually create meals.
I don't I don't really think there's a distinction there. But the thing that I've realized though,
the distinction
I don't
is
know
between the legs.
I don't know too many chicks that cook at all. But I do know a bunch of dudes who are like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's cook. Like I'm way into that.
Because I think a lot of women are starting to compensate for shit. Like,
Yeah,
well,
they're
I
all
don't
like going out and
being-
getting jobs and shit, and I'm like, oh, fuck that.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that is, but I mean, there's a hint. I would say that every girl I know has like 2 to 5 recipes like on lock,
Yeah.
you know, and they could just like bust it out and like, yeah, this is my
Well,
version of that.
even
But for
that
the
is
most part,
rare, you know?
I don't know. I mean, that's just my experience. Is like,
Yeah. I need to stay away from hood rats.
yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know I don't really see the girls that you hang out with or date.
I don't date anyone, dude. I just fucking fuck. Hang on. I need to take a podcast selfie.
Can you?
Right into the microphone.
Yeah, you should make sure to upload that where everyone.
Are we gonna go public with this? We haven't really gone public. We talked about going public, but
When are you talking about public?
website, Facebooking it.
Yeah, do you know how to make a website yet? Because I haven't learned yet.
Steve, I know how to do everything.
Yeah?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I mean, the real issue with it is we need a website so that we can put it on iTunes so that it can actually be
a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As somebody pointed out to me like recently, like, really, it's not a podcast because only Apple has podcasts. And I was like, yeah.
People have been telling me that. Why do you call it a podcast? Because we record ourselves. Well, a podcast is like an
Right.
iTunes only
And
term. And
and
I'm
it's
like,
just
how
like-
about you go fuck yourself?
Right.
I'm going to go do a podcast.
I mean,
right now.
some people are just pointing that out, you know, because really it's that, and it's like, yes, you're right, but it's like, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. It's
Yeah.
like, it's like saying like, hey, would you go out to the car and get that thing for me? And it's like, what car? You drive a truck. And it's like, you know what? Fuck yourself.
Hey, can you make a Xerox of this? We have a Toshiba.
Yeah, right. Okay, fuckers.
Yeah.
Can you Google that? Actually, I'm on Bing right now.
Fag.
Anybody who uses Bing is an asshole. I'm just telling you right now.
God, anyone who uses Internet Explorer with
Oh,
Bing,
my God.
you probably don't even know what the internet is.
I mean,
and you probably still need to wear Depends.
it's so fucking nerdy and be like, oh, actually, anybody who does. But really, does anybody use Internet Explorer who isn't a chode?
It's default on a lot of computers.
Yeah, it is, and you delete that shit immediately.
Well, I hate when I use it and I can't find like Firefox or anything like that, so I just use Internet Explorer and I log into my Gmail. They're like, the browser you're using is out of date. Please upgrade to a modern internet browser
Right.
like Google Chrome. Yes,
Yeah.
modern. I am
Thank
caveman
you.
right now.
Right? I don't know. Yeah, it's obnoxious because I don't know. Build new computers all the time.
That's
and
pretty
it's
manly,
just like
Steve. You're a techie. You know.
That's not manly.
I think it's pretty fucking manly, dude.
That's because you're an engineer.
Oh. You say that as it's a bad thing. Like, I don't get it.
I'm just joking.
Everyone's just like, it's because you're.
No, I just think engineers have a lot of similar traits. I mean, you could say the same thing about, you know, architects or whatever. You know,
You
they
make
have,
models out of cardboards, dude. That's very manly.
Sure. I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. Is like I consider myself to be pretty manly. Here's the thing. Here's a hobby I have. I don't ever cry. That's pretty manly.
So have you seen the second Hunger Games?
No, I haven't seen. That's pretty manly. I haven't seen Hunger Games.
Have you? Okay, you haven't seen any of them. I read the first book, and it's a great book. The movie was meh. Can I do some spoilers?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so there's this little girl called Rue. Girl.
Like ROO, like kangaroo, or like the French spelling.
Oh man, if any listeners are like Hunger Games nerds, they're gonna tear me apart. Rue, I think it's like.
So she's a mixture of.
R-U.
So she's
E or something, or R-U-E. I don't remember.
I like the other one with the X.
Yeah.
Because then she's just basically a mixture of fat and flour, or some other thickening. It's a cookie. Never mind. Moving
See,
on.
that's how much of a hobbyist you are when it comes to cooking.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the crying like a little bitch. The main character, Katniss, finds this little girl. You know,
that's the girl character, right?
Katniss, yeah, she's the main
What's the actress that plays hers?
Jennifer Lawrence. She has a kid. You know that shit?
A lot of people do. I don't know.
I think you'd make a great couple, Steve. She's a girl that kind of doesn't give a fuck. And surprisingly, she has a kid that it's not really, like, mainly known. That's something that I had to find out. And she's both, like, super white. And I'm sure you'd have...
She has a kid at 23.
I'm sure you'd have many fun excursions with her.
You know what I like about her? She's, like, hot, but she's not really that hot.
Yeah.
Like,
But she's down to earth, and she's cool, so that makes her even hotter.
I don't think any actress is really down to earth. I think there's, like, down to earth for an actress.
Yeah,
like,
and that's what I mean.
To be.
That's right.
I mean, I like her, like, short hair cut pictures and stuff. The thing is here, I can't really tell, because in some pictures she looks pretty shitty, and then in other pictures she looks fucking amazing, and I know that Photoshop is a thing, and I know what it can do, so I don't know. I'd probably... Yeah, no, we'd be great together, I'm sure.
Fuck yeah. Okay, so they're bonding in the Hunger Games. They're supposed to be killing each other, but, you know, she kind of takes her under her wing and starts taking care of her. They come up with a plan to try to get some more food or whatever, and they part ways. When they join up again, she's got a fucking spear through her body.
And her kid?
Katniss is going back to meet... I'm talking about in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Or book. She's going to meet back with Rue, but she has a spear all the way through her, so...
Wait, so she has a spear through her, and that, like, slows her down from...
Yeah, because she dies.
Katniss dies?
Rue dies.
Oh.
So Katniss gets really sad. She buries her, makes a little memorial, does a little prayer, so on and so forth.
Bad move. If you're in a death game, you should just keep moving.
But she has a heart.
Yeah, well, burying somebody, though, that's just stupid. They're already dead. Like, sure, slow yourself down trying to save them, but don't waste your time on a body.
Well... Now on to the second movie.
Okay.
The capital, the big city, whatever, is taking the winners, Katniss and her little friend, boyfriend, whatever, and visiting all the different districts. And they go to the district that Rue was from, and this is a really heart-wrenching moment, and I had some difficulty holding the tears back.
Oh, you cried in the theater?
No, I went to watch it at my friend's house.
Oh, you cried in front of your friend? Was the room well lit?
No.
Oh,
so I hit it pretty well.
Lucky for you.
And so my eyes were already pre-cashed.
Uh-huh.
So I think I played it off pretty well.
So when you're intoxicated, you have more emotions?
Yeah.
See, I have less.
Weird.
They just get buried deeper and deeper. It's not that I don't have emotions. They don't show on my...
It depends what...
I definitely have anger emotion.
Uh-huh.
I get furious and, like... When I'm either, like, embarrassed or incredibly mad, my face gets red. Like, I'm like, oh, motherfucker. So I can't really hide that one, but...
Steve, you have a great chin.
Thank you.
You didn't blush.
Is there something on it? Oh, well, It's not much you can do to make me blush, Mark. Anyway.
Anywho. Crying, substances, you hide your emotions.
Yeah.
With drugs and alcohol.
No, they just don't surface, especially
it depends on the substance that I'm doing. When I'm drunk, don't really give a fuck, but then I could get that emotional drunk. It's like, I love you so much, you're so awesome.
See, even when I'm drunk, like, that's awkward. I'll go along with it, but like when people do that, I'm just like, cool, man, all right,
get off me now.
Well, it's just like, this is awkward and weird, and this person doesn't really feel that way.
Have you ever taken Molly? Ecstasy?
Thank you for calling it the real word.
Yeah. Well, ecstasy isn't as pure.
It's not pure, blah, blah, blah. Because a drug dealer would never lie to you by saying, oh, yeah, this is Molly. It's fucking pure.
You can feel the difference, man.
Sure.
You can taste the rainbow.
Sure. All I'm saying is it's the exact same stuff. It's not like a new drug. Anyway, moving on. Because now there's, like, purer shit. It's like, oh, moon rocks and whatever. Although moon rocks is mixed. Never mind. Anyway.
Have you ever taken it?
No.
Okay. That heightens your emotions.
Molly, no.
Okay. I like that. It heightens your emotions and it makes you more feeling.
Sure.
Heightens your feelings. So.
But I think mood enhancing, altering drugs or something that's not really you.
It exaggerates your moods. So
yeah, but it's still not you though, because you can be like high on your own mood adjustment. You know, you can be like feeling more feelings because you're feeling more feelings. You know what I mean?
I suppose.
I think it's a run. That's why like people freak out, because it's like a runaway effect.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm feeling a little anxious. Oh my God, I'm feeling anxious that I'm anxious, and and then it goes on and on. So I don't really think it's like a very accurate. You know, it's kind of like whatever happens.
Well, be accurate or not, the emotions that you feel really real.
Sure.
So,
yeah, I mean, you tell everybody that you love them at that point.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And I do.
Oh, yeah. I know. I've
been
freaked out by it before. Anyway.
Anywho, that's enough disclosure of illegal activities for
seriously
for one day.
Do you want
to? Yeah.
Wrap this one?
Let's wrap it.
Okay. Well, it's good to be. It's good that you're back. I hope next time you go looking for a mystery aircraft that you at least record
and
record something ahead of time so we can
And I'll try to. We'd be a lot more successful if we didn't just do drugs and hang out with Filipino hookers.
Sure.
So
yeah, I mean that plane's never going to be found.
No. We looked for about 15 minutes to tell you the truth.
You know what? I honestly think it's just there was no plane. They're just sick of not being talked about.
Yeah.
The Malaysians and stuff. They're just like, nobody talks about us. Let's make a plane disappear.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever gonna find it.
Anyway, I'm sure you're all very beautiful, and you have very beautiful chins, like Mr. Steve Pryor.
Boom.
Don't need to cover them up with beards.
Why would you? It's already perfect. And if I was going to cover up my perfect chin with a trend, I'd make sure, or I would want to be at the front of the trend, not the back like everybody is. Just all I'm saying. Think about it. Think. Hey.
Be trendsetters.
Yeah, exactly. If you see a bunch of people and you're like, you know what? I've been thinking about trying a beard. Maybe I ought to get into that. It's too late.
Too late.
You got to go for the next thing.
Yeah.
Be like Pharrell. Wear a hat that everybody thinks is stupid.
But they'll be all wearing them.
Fuck yeah, they will.
Give it a couple weeks.
Sure. I mean, it might flop, might take off.
But, you got to be fluid. You got to try this and that. Show style.
Go for glory.
Hell yeah.
Shooting for second place is for suckers.
Suckers. Go for the stars, baby.
Suckers.